My favourite pint? It's probably the long haul.
A pint of Guinness in Devitt's on Camden Street, or indeed in Ryan's. And we're lucky, we've so many great pubs locally.
Places, the lower deck, actually in Portobello.
I don't drink.
Oh, you don't drink? Okay. Favorite
There
place?
you go now.
I know, it's a loaded question. To go for a coffee then, or
I don't drink coffee.
to socialise?
I socialise a lot before pandemic times in theatres. So like Project
All
Arts
right.
Centre would be my local theatre.
There was a transfer market. If Sinn Féin could sign one other Irish politician, who would it be?
Oh, another Irish politician. I have a lot of time for Catherine Connolly. I think she's a very, very good politician and makes very good contributions to the Dáil.
Who would I send for Labour? I would have said, if she wasn't out of politics, my dear friend and comrade Catherine Zappone.
Yeah.
Have you decided?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I'm going to vote because I'm sick of paying ridiculous amount of rent.
Not against this current government anyway.
Yeah.
I've no faith left in them after how they've handled both the pandemic and people's questions about it.
Yeah, well, it definitely won't be Fianna Gael and Fianna Fáil, please.
Yeah. Was it ever? Would you have ever voted that way?
They gave Fianna Fáil Labour preference, I won't say.
It changes to do with the personality more, or where I see a party going or not going. I'm having difficulty this time though.
Are you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why so?
Well, Kate O'Connell.
Yeah.
I didn't vote for her the last time now because of the abortion thing and that, but I didn't like the way she was treated either.
Right.
You know, I don't like when they do that when they thing, and I don't know anything about James Gagan.
I'm more Labour right now.
Right.
I would be
Why
more
is
Labour.
that?
I would have been more Green, but to see that they would have gone in with Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, just to be in power, no.
Yeah, no, I'm not going with the Greens because I think they've been too difficult in government. I wasted a vote on them the last time. I think I gave them a number 3.
No, I'll be voting Sinn Féin.
Yeah.
They're the only vehicle for change. They're the only ones that are determined to do it, I think.
Was there any particular points that really frustrated you?
Radker's handling of the issue when he got called before the police and how it's been pushed when the release documents from Radker with the things and how that's all been pushed under and just swept away.
Yeah, I've had to move home. I can't save for a house. I'm 29 years old. I have nothing to show for it because I paid 10 years rent where I could have bought a house.
Like I'm on 60,000 a year and I can't get a mortgage.
And are a lot of your peers like that? Similar?
Everyone else, I'm 30 years old.
Yeah.
Can't do it. No loans, nothing. Making good money and no bank will accept me.
Because it's so widespread, is it still an issue when it does come up in conversation? Are you like, oh, please don't ask me where I'm living? Or
Kind of sometimes.
It's an
like
issue.
half my friends are like grand, but like if you're going on a date or anything like that, and someone says like, "And where you living?" and you're like, my parents. Like it's not the best thing for me. Like I do find it hard to say.
It can
like,
affect your social life. It does. No one wants to talk about living at home with their parents.
I'll tell you what I'm doing, and a lot of people are at the same age. As soon as COVID ends, we're getting out of this country. That's the only answer for us.
That's quite sad, isn't it? It's quite sad. Like
It's the better course for us, and it's the only future we have in this.
Yeah.
So why would we stay here and spend over half our wages just to survive and pay rent with no look at saving up for a future or family or anything else here, when in 90% of other countries you can do it for half the price and with less restrictions and everything else.
It's like
More freedom.
where would you go?
At the moment I'm looking at either Canada, Spain or South America.
South America, yeah.
Come back and buy 3
Yeah, I've
houses.
actually loads of friends over in Dubai.
Come back and buy 3 houses. Like, why would I
all
not
the
want to do
teachers
that?
go over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I don't think they care. I think they're like, well, we'll get people from other countries. Why do you want to get rid of us? Why do you not care about us?
It's making everybody feel they don't have a stake in society, and that's really dangerous. Like if you grow up here, you should be able to feel you can afford to rent a place. If you want to stay close to your family, to your parents, that you can do that.
It's painted to be in the media as an affluent constituency. It's far from it. It's got the highest amount of tents. We've got the highest amount of...
Does it have the highest amount of tents?
Absolutely. Around the canal there's tents growing day by day all around, hidden places around the constituency. It's shocking to see the amount of people who have no home to go to because they don't feel safe in hostels.
Why do you think people don't protest en masse or don't kick up and scream in Ireland about this issue?
I think a lot do. I think it's an individual issue. Sometimes people don't see the commonality of their struggle. I think, with council tenants, for instance, with damp and overcrowded conditions versus private rented tenants.
For San Francisco, it's obviously it's bananas there, it's bananas here. One common denominator is the amount of tech. Have we been a little bit irresponsible in inviting so much tech here when we haven't had the infrastructure to house them?
I think it's fine to have the tech companies here, but we absolutely need the infrastructure as well. And I think we are losing competitiveness as an economy.
Big tech, you can invite them in. The issue is, do you control the rental market? Because it's fine to encourage I suppose people who are very skilled, who are going to be, looking for high wages. But if you have a controlled rental market, well then it doesn't matter, if those people are coming in or not. The issue is the control of the rental sector. So like if you go down the docks where the tech companies are, you have whole buildings with hundreds of apartments that are lying empty because the owners won't reduce the price of the rent. They'd rather sit on empty buildings. So that's about regulation. It's about government intervening.
Increased demand is a good thing. We had house prices were really low in Ireland in the 50s. Why? Because all of our young people were emigrating and we weren't delivering jobs. That's not a healthy society. So we need to be the state needs to be stepping up and providing the infrastructure, not just housing. I mean, we're also talking about community facilities, a huge issue across the constituency. Priority.
Yeah, it was jobs, now it's housing. That's why people are leaving now, because of housing.
That's right, yeah. But I would hate anyone, any of my students or my kids or anyone to feel they had to leave. Absolutely not. Of course, we as legislators must ensure that you have what you need here in Ireland to stay here.
I believe we need to invest more in third level education, more in research, more in technology, and in future 21st century industries. But we must at the same time ensure that we're doing that in a holistic way and delivering the services that they need, so that we are not pushing out whole swathes of people and making the city unaffordable, which damages the quality of life for everybody.
I think people wouldn't be too against development if they got a just outcome with social housing, and particularly from people from this area.
If they got a portion of the land that's being built, if they got a portion of the apartments that are being built, kind of thing, would it be? Or?
Yeah, I think people would be amenable to that.
I probably would go with James Fagan in the end.
Okay.
Because that's the government parties, and I would not like Sinn Féin to get any more kudos from it that they beat them on it.
Why is that what Sinn Féin?
Because I wouldn't be a Sinn Féin voter. It's too recent in the history for me. Remember too many names. Was alive for too much of it. And
look, I joined Sinn Féin in 2007. Long after the peace process, and nobody has brought up the conflict in the entire time we've been out canvassing. What they want is the issues that really, really matter to them, which is housing, which is health, which is education, the things that matter day to day. As I said, I joined in 2007.
That's great. Thanks a million.
All right.